Radio check, radio check, radio check. Radio check, radio check, radio check. Radio check. Radio check. Radio check, radio check, recharge. Alright, we sounded good. We'll see if we lose it on going up the river. Hey, what's up, Alan? Yeah, this is Chickamauga Dam. This is the one that I fished probably the last time that I fished below a dam. I think this is the one I was using. So, doing something a little bit different today. I got a little drop shot rigged up. We're going small. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to pitch it in these little corners, let it fall all the way to the bottom. I'm going to twitch it a couple times, see if anything takes it. A lot of times when I've caught fish here in the past, they'll take it on the drop in this shade. Just shake it a couple times. Now I'll reel it up and make my next presentation. That's all I do here. Of course, got a little color to it. We got some good current going, so maybe it'll position some of these fish in these little crevices that we. Ooh, I got a little loop in my line too. That's not good. Let's get that out. Got a little loop there. Oh, I got some twist. I already got some line twist. Usually I do this with braid, but I didn't have a rod rigged up that I could do, that I felt good about doing that with, so here we are dealing with some line twist. And I've caught some good ones over here over the years doing this. I may have to let some of this line out after a while and let it untwist though. And most of these, this is kind of in an area where the water hasn't yet. It's moving downstream, but it's not the right depth. I like it when it's a little bit shallower. There's 3 or 4 down there at the end. They're a little bit shallower, and that's where they usually seem to hang out. There he is. Good fish. Good fish. I don't know what we got, but he feels heavy. Oh, come on, baby. Staying down. Ooh, there we go. Staying down. Staying down. I need to get off this wall. Oh yeah, nice smallmouth. Ooh, nice smallmouth. Probably close, probably 3.5 pounder or so. We'll put my spot lock on here. Gonna take my time with him. This is only 8-pound line on here, so. Oh yeah, nice fish. Really nice fish. Oh man. That's a good way to start it off right there now. Good way to start it off. I might actually get if I get him in, I'm gonna get a scale on this guy because I'm just curious how big he is. Come on. There we go. That is a smallmouth, my friends. That is a nice one. That is a nice smallmouth right there. Big old fat belly thing. Just barely hooked him right in the corner of the mouth. That's where you want it. There we go. Let's get I'm gonna get a weight on that guy. That's a nice smallmouth right there. drop shot. That says kilograms. That's not what we want. I'm not sure how to change it. Well, I'm gonna have to do a conversion here. That's 2 kilograms, whatever that is. We'll figure it out here, and I'm gonna see. I'll put this fish kind of back in the water for a minute while I try to figure this out. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'll do a conversion here in a minute. Let's let that fish go. That's a nice one. Very nice one. That. I'll take a couple more of those bad boys. Where are my worms? That was on a little cotton candy colored Zoom finesse worm. Just a little 4-inch joker. I got some of these on sale several years ago, and I brought them down here, and I have caught some fish on them. What's up, Sonny? Thank you. I don't know, somebody do the conversion. Tell me what 2 kilograms is. I don't know what's up with that fish finder, but I couldn't get it changed over to pounds or ounces or whatever. So we'll go back through here and we'll hit that one again. That was a big old bruiser. All I'm doing is just pitching this guy. The further up in the little crack you can get, it seems like the better it is. Make sure it falls good and straight. Keep that bail open. I think that's the one where he hit. That was a good one. Maybe we'll get a couple more down through here. Just gonna kind of keep the boat off the wall. Try to keep it off the wall. That's the biggest smallmouth I've caught in a while. Say normally I do this with braid and a leader. I didn't have anything rigged up, so I'm just going straight 8-pound fluoro. They don't seem to mind. You don't get as much feel, and that might actually help. Always make a cast kind of on the upstream side of where the water is hitting that thing too, because a lot of times you can just catch them drifting it down the edge of them. Just letting that current wash it down. Sometimes they'll be out in front. I haven't done this in a while. we can catch a couple fish doing it, I'll be happy with it. All right. I don't know why they like that cotton candy color, but one year I just straight up wore them out on it. That's a good shot. Leave that bail open, let it fall straight. A lot of times as soon as you lift up on them, they'll have it. Kind of tuck in there out of the cover and dart out whenever something that they like comes by, I guess. No, yeah, I got a lot of line twist. That's why we normally use braid. There he is. Feels like another decent one. Drop that. Feels like another decent one. Yeah, not big, not as big as that first one, but respectable. Spot lock here. Yeah, another brown guy. Little pound and a half or so. That's fun size for a smallmouth. All right, getting a little action. I like it. Glad to catch some fish. I've been thinking about this all day. All right, come on. Get re-rigged here. Hopefully we can get it. All right. What's up, Sonny? Yeah, this is a pretty good little area right here. They get in here sometimes. I was saying I haven't tried this technique here in a long time. When I first got on this little drop shot deal, I'd catch 30 or 40 down through here, but I think some other guys got on it and it hadn't been as good. So pitch it back up there where I caught that last one, see if there's another guy in there. He was kind of out in front. Oh, that was really, really high. But he was kind of out in front of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to reposition. It's kind of an art to position in the boat doing this. Kind of want to be close enough to where you can kind of hold your line up so that it doesn't get swept down by the current. And I'm not there right now, and my stuff is definitely getting swept down by the current. You see me kind of hold my rod up, just try to give it a little bit of an advantage getting down to the bottom. I think I might have had another hit there. Yeah, hadn't got one in a long time, so I'm pretty happy to get a good one. Oh yeah, that's a good cast right there. It's kind of stuck in that eddy area. So I'm gonna shake it a little bit before I get it out in the current. I'm just kind of just shaking it. I got hung up there. A couple of these have some little hang-ups in them. Just gotta kind of keep your wits about you. These next few get a little bit shallower, and I usually like them a little bit more. That first one, that fish was kind of deep. It was unusual. I don't normally catch fish that deep on these, but never know how they're going to be positioned. I caught a largemouth that's probably close to 8 pounds on these one time on the other end. Well, had a little quick action, and then this end down here where I was expecting to get some fish has been kind of dead. Might have to go back up and try some of that deeper stuff. Maybe they're hanging on that. What happens is this water comes off that dam, and it kind of sweeps across this flat into these cofferdams, and they just kind of position themselves right up inside these nooks. You don't normally catch fish above where the water starts hitting the cofferdam, so you mainly just catch them on the lower end. I've not ever done really good, all that good going up above. We may give it a shot since we caught that one fish a little deeper, but I don't hold out a lot of hope that we'll get a bite in there. Got some current flowing through here today. I can't imagine that that's hurting anything. This water is right here. I'm 4 feet deep. I got him. Nope, I'm hung up. Up where I caught that first fish, it was 9 or 10 feet deep. Right through here, it gets a little shallower. Hopefully I can get this off, and not I'll be tying on another one. That's good though, to give me a chance to let some of this, if I do break off, it'll give me a chance to get some of this twist out of my line. Yeah, I think this one's gonna break off. Yeah. Got my worm, but not my weight, as is often the case with drop shotting. All right. Retie time, I think that's a 3/16 ounce weight I'm using. It's not real heavy. And the water's not that deep. So I'm not even gonna retie my hook. I'm just gonna put this on there and then lock it down and keep on going. It was about 8 inches, now it's about 6 inches. They'll hit a Tokyo rig. I don't think this is any big deal. Fresh poke on. All right. See if we can put it in there again and not get hung up. When they get hung up, I just shake them a little more aggressively and let the current take it, and sometimes that works too. Not this time, but sometimes. What's RM? Yeah, it's a really pretty day out. We've had a lot of 90+ days in the last couple weeks, and it's starting to get a little cooler in the evenings, and I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna try to put it up just a little bit higher and sometimes this one you got to put the bait a little bit higher and let it sweep into that pocket. Oh, no bites in that one. That was one that I thought I might do good, and this one right here is one that I always feel like I should get a bite in at least. let it, let it drop me down just a little bit. There's a little, I think it's an outlet pipe, not an intake pipe, an outlet pipe. Right there, there's some, let's see if, building that new lock. Okay. Well, press on through. Let's work our way back up. See if we can get one more bite, and then we'll move on. I feel like there ought to be one in that one. Had a bunch of presentations, didn't get a bite. That's how it goes sometimes. Going back up, I'm gonna try to get just a little bit closer. That way I can keep that bait going right up against the edge of these things. Oh, I lost my weight again. All right. I'm gonna actually retie this and let some line go out, and let some of it untwist, because I got a lot of twist. I normally fish a jerkbait with this rod. Some of that stuff is, oof, it's got a lot of twist in it. Redo my whole setup here. That's okay. Probably needed to do it anyway. When I'm doing this, I just do a simple Palomar. I always go in through the top of the hook so that, ooh, that's, and I take my line and run it back through the eye, so that my tag into my line is always facing down. I don't know if any of that makes any difference. I just feel better about it. And then we'll take my weight and put it on there about 8 or 10 inches below it. Just normal. I know some guys like shorter or longer leaders. For this, I'm not sure it makes a whole lot of difference. And then I always just tie a couple of overhand knots just to try to hold it in place, trim off my excess. And then I gotta have a new worm. And then we're back in business. And somehow I got a knot.